Stafford's Gatehouse Theatre is sold out, and for 18 ordinary people, what seemed impossible 6 months ago has become stark reality in more ways than one. None of them are dancers or entertainers. Some have never even set foot on a stage before, but they are about to literally bear all in aid of the cancer charity KMAC. They all have personal reasons for doing this. Some are cancer survivors, others have lost loved ones, and 3 of the people involved in this project would lose someone to cancer in the 6 months leading to this moment.
Hey boys. Go, 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 go.
Emotions have been raw. The journey hasn't always been smooth, but they've overcome obstacles, tackled their own personal issues, and are now stepping out of their comfort zone for the bigger cause. This is their story.
So, gracefully, we're going to get back down to the floor.
The man behind the project is Stafford bar manager and local radio host Rich Tompkinson.
Probably years ago, I watched the full Monty, the film, and it's always been in the back of my head that I wanted to put that type of event on, just normal people in an environment that's out of their comfort zone, and just to raise money for something, I didn't know what. And then last year, so 2018, I saw the real full Monty advertised on ITV, so I thought, oh, I'm going to watch that, and that filled me with a lot of inspiration that obviously they've done it because they're famous and they had the backing of all the TV stations, so money wasn't an issue, so it was a big event. So pretty much that was when I decided that I wanted to do it. I didn't know when, but that was when the idea came into my head.
It's June 2018, and on his radio show, Rich is interviewing Greg Bowie. Greg is head of KMAC, or Kiss My Ass Cancer, a charity that started life as a blog written by Greg's sister, Nicola Morel.
In 2013, I was diagnosed with bowel cancer and went through lots of different, obviously, battles, etc. If I sound a bit weird, I literally had treatment yesterday, so I'm full of steroids and full of morphine, so I might sound a little bit slurred. Or
thank you so much for coming in, even though it must be really physically draining.
Thank you. And decided halfway through that I wasn't going to have any more morphine. I wanted to take the immunotherapy route. And I also decided to start writing a blog to get my story across so that it hopefully helped people. This year, unfortunately, my diagnosis was reduced to 6 to 9 months and then to 9 weeks. That was about the beginning of September, and as you can see, I'm not dead yet.
Good afternoon. Well, it is Friday, and every time at this week, with the weekend just around the corner, we do talk to someone who inspires us or gives us a different take on life. Nicola Morel certainly did that. She's one of the most amazing women who has joined me on 5 Live Daily in the past year or so. When Nicola and I last spoke in January, she had just been given weeks to live after being diagnosed with bowel cancer that then spread to her liver. But Nicola wasn't taking it lying down. She wrote a Kiss My Ass Cancer blog, which was very popular, thousands read it, and her fundraising ball with the same name raised over £1 million in a single evening. Lots of you got in touch with me and 5 Live reacting to her story, wishing her well, and she certainly made a hugely positive impact in her final months. But sadly, in September, Nicola did lose her battle with cancer. The great news is that her family are continuing her amazing and hugely energetic fundraising efforts.
Her legacy just built and built and built, so much so that the second ball went ahead just at the end of September, which again was a massive success. It was all planned by Nicola. It was something that she made sure was going to happen, as tough as it was, because unfortunately 48 hours before we said goodbye to Nicola. So for myself and my family to attend the ball was an immensely tough evening, but again it just showed the strength that Nicola displayed with regards to that we all stood there together and we got through it. I'm delighted to say that in the last 12 months KMAC has now got a total of over £2 million.
You've started it, your sister started it, you've carried it on.
Hearing Greg recount the story has sparked Rich into action.
We'll have a charity evening for you.
Outstanding.
We'll have a chat after the show. We'll meet up maybe in a week or so.
Love to.
And then we'll come up with some ideas. Listeners, if you've got any ideas of how we can do and what we can do. I know a lot of musicians. Maybe we could get the musicians in playing or something. But yeah, we'll definitely do something
Very
with that.
much. Thank you so much.
And then the second thing, something that I've been thinking about for the last 4 or 5 months really. Those of you who watch TV would have seen the Real Full Monty live. They had all the famous fellas doing it and all the famous women doing it, and I watched it and I was in floods, you know.
Yeah, Because people doing stuff like that, coming out of the comfort zone.
Exactly. Right. Are you? I was just about to say my next question. Are you up for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll lead by example.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we say.
Well, I'll do it as well.
Me and you then, pal.
Anthony will do it with us.
I was holding a mobile phone so that we could Facebook live stream the video. I'm holding this phone and I'm hearing Richard say the words, "I've got this idea and it's something that me and Ant are going to do." May not have been exactly that, but it was something like that. That was when I found out that I was going to be taking my clothes off in front of 1,000 people.
Rich now had the idea and the cause. Next, location and logistics of the show.
People said, "Oh, where are we going to do it? In a pub or in the bar?" And my idea was a lot bigger than that. It was, no, we're going to do it at a theatre. We've got a brilliant theatre in Stafford, the Gatehouse Theatre. Nearly 600 seats. So I thought if you're going to do it on a bigger scale rather than a smaller scale. Initially it was going to be for one night. As the momentum's gained with the event, I realised actually we can probably sell it out for 2 nights, if not more. I started jotting down some ideas of how we could do it. I then phoned the Gatehouse. I literally just went in, can I speak to the new gaffer? Sat him down, said, "This is the idea I've got." I said, "But I want the Gatehouse for free so that all the money we raise can go to the charity." And he didn't hesitate. He said, "Yeah, I'll do that for you."
We want to interact more with the community. Elsewhere where I've worked, I've always tried to do at least one event a year where we support a charity. I think that's really important, and we want to be involved with the community more. And what a great way to help people raise the profile of the Gatehouse, work with local people and see people benefit from the fundraising effort.
Now what Rich needed was willing volunteers.
I've been running Slater's Bar since April last year. Got to know a lot of my customers very well. And when I put the idea on Facebook, a couple of them came in and said, "I've seen this thing you're doing, brilliant." And it was literally a case of the people that I got on with that I thought would be up for it. I asked and a lot of them said yes.
The initial response to Rich's call was good. Through the bar, the radio show and social media, many signed up to the project.
Good evening, I'm Jason, I'm also called Sheepy.
Hi, I'm Tim.
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Claire.
Massive cause, it hits everybody. I'm here to fight back.
The reason why I wanted to get involved in this is obesity is the largest cause of preventable cancer in the UK.
I'm doing this to just, kick the ass out of cancer pretty much.
as nerve-wracking as it's going to be, if we're raising money for a good cause, then that was good for me.
I made those changes and I lost 11 stone, and I want to show you guys that, you know, it's totally possible.
However, getting them all to commit wasn't quite so easy.
I think the men's rehearsals, probably for the first 6 or 8 rehearsals, we were doing it with different people and we were having to restart it because people did keep dropping out. They said they're coming, yes, I'll 100% do it. They didn't turn up to the rehearsals. It got to the point where we have a closed group on Facebook where I put, if you're not at the next rehearsal, we'll presume you're not coming. Nothing more frustrating than having to start and stop again. And the girls have had the same issue. You know, we've had girls come and go. We've had girls say they're going to come and they don't come. And, you know, I'm not angry about it. It's the way of the world. But it was frustrating more than anything else.
Under the guidance of Dance Nouveau choreographer Lucy Talbot, rehearsals get off to a slow start.
In all honesty, I'm not expecting much. They've been scaring me a little bit by saying that they've got 2 left feet and they can't do this and they can't do that. But I'm apprehensive, but I'm sure that I'm going to be able to get something out of them, no problems.
Between now and March, what we've got, 6 months, 6, 7 months?
About 6 months, yeah.
Will they be ready?
Yeah.
You certain?
Certain of that. As long as they keep to the rehearsals, they keep practicing and they do their homework, they will be ready.
As the weeks go by, there is that one subject no one wants to approach. That is until some of the girls take the plunge.
Most of the girls have got together at Maria's tonight because I think all of us have our insecurities and stuff, so we've all decided to have a bit of a girls' night and maybe bear all to each other and make each other feel more comfortable.
Just to really get to know each other a bit more and feel confident in ourselves and what we're doing. And obviously we are here to show each other our boobs because we've all got issues. So we thought it'd be good to kind of get the girls together and do it that way first and get confidence and help each other.
I'm fine actually. I'm actually more nervous tonight doing it in front of the girls than I would do in the whole of Stafford.
I just think some of the girls are really conscious about doing what we're doing, and I think we are all in sort of same situations. So I think it's just nice just to get together and just become a team really, and just really get to know each other.
The bond, even now, is absolutely massive, and we'll all go through the same thing on the night, and it is scary, but we're doing it for charity and we've met great friends.
I'm quite comfortable about it, to be honest, because I'm quite just, we've all got them.
It was the elephant in the room, so we all decided to get together and show each other our chest, which was awesome.
Yeah,
and yeah, Evie was at the window, Maria's window.
Doesn't sound like Evie.
I know.
Oh, we did it!
You've done it!
Yay!
How did it go?
Really good.
Oh,
yeah, it was
really
a lovely experience.
How do you feel about it all now?
Liberated.
Yeah, it was good.
I think it's that one step closer to being like,
Yeah.
we've got
It's
to be
nice
naked
to-
for some
yeah.
It's
people.
nice seeing everybody's emotions
Yeah.
doing it, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what makes you,
Total
brings
emotion.
you closer to each other, I think.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
who went first?
We all went together.
We all went together.
Yeah.
Apart from Libby there, you put your
I
hand
took my
up.
top off. Everything off came off.
Yes, we did. Libby was out first, but it wasn't all together fit.
This girl is amazing, absolutely amazing, because she's got like emotional, haven't you?
Yeah, she
But
really
oh my god,
got-
she is amazing because she's lost so much weight.
You're going to set her off
and she's-
again? There she goes.
I know.
Short
And you
bit.
are so amazing. Seriously, to do that tonight, you're seriously amazing.
Unfortunately, just 12 hours after this, Claire's insecurities got the better of her. And to everyone's disappointment, she left the project.
Claire lost 11 stone. as part of Slimming World, which is that's my entire body weight. And she's done incredibly well to get that far. However, she's just not comfortable in how she looks in front of everybody else. I think the group as a whole is quite disappointed. However, we completely respect Claire's decision. It's now about looking forwards, not backwards. We've got 22 people, maybe 23 people who are willing to get on stage to do the full Monty. So we've got to concentrate on who we've got left. Sorry to see her go, but we've got to move forwards. Well, I think just for the sake of...
Claire wasn't the only one to leave at this stage. Others also dropped out or simply didn't make rehearsals, and things were getting frustrating for Rich.
Next week, this week, if anybody who's booked in barley music after rehearsal doesn't turn up next week, hasn't been to any rehearsals, that's it.
However, by November, what they did have was a settled ladies group.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars.
The Full Monty ladies have been invited to the Staffordshire luxury spa resort Horcross Hall. It's a chance to relax, bond and rehearse the routine. And the team is now complete. Joining Vicky, Libby, Sarah, Maria, Claire and Evie are Emma, Kerry and Susie. They all have their reasons for signing up. They all have their stories to tell.
We've all got issues. I've always kind of felt not comfortable with my body. And the fact that it's just for an amazing cause. And it's there 24/7, you hear it all the time, and it really does touch your heart in many ways. And I just want to kind of just give something.
All women have got body conscious issues. I know I have, all women have. But at the end of the day, you've got people going through cancer, and this immunotherapy will help those people.
My dad died of cancer when he was 44. I only knew him the last 6 months of his life. Went to see him at a house in Highfields. Went to see him and he was proper like yellow and like black around the eyes. And the next time they told me, you know, he got lung cancer.
3 years ago, I lost my mum to ovarian cancer, which was, I mean, it really did come out of the blue. I would have never said in a million years my mum would have cancer. Right. And the surgeon told me she got 46 weeks to live, and that was in January. And my mum was so inspirational and so focused, and you know, she lasted for 11 months. Oh, bless her. She was just so amazing, my mum was.
My stepmom has got breast cancer. She's just had a mastectomy. She's done chemo, so she's now having targeted radiotherapy. I made a kind of pact with myself that I've just turned 33. I'd never really been body confident. I just thought it's probably about time I was, you know, and for such a great cause, why not?
There was two reasons. The first was that I'm very, very interested in the whole concept of immunotherapy, and if it can extend somebody's life or even go towards a cure, then that has to be the best gift that one person could give to another. The other thing is that I'm nearly 13 years on from breast cancer, and I want to give people who are newly diagnosed or know somebody that there is life after cancer, and 13 years on, I am having a fabulous time.
I've had cervical cancer. I was diagnosed when I was 19. I just got back from India and they told me, I went for a smear test and it came back that I'd got abnormal cells and that they were cancerous cells. So luckily they caught it just before it developed into anything major. I was one of the lucky ones. Jade Goody died after I found out I got cancer and I was found to be clear of cancer, so she died. And half the reason why Jade Goody died is because she didn't do anything about it. The important thing for everybody is that they've got to all go for the smear tests, and they have to treat everything really seriously, because if you don't treat it, you can die. If your smear test letter comes through, make sure you do it. Don't miss it. It's a very, very important thing to do. You could be the same as me and find that you've had abnormal cells. So just don't ignore the letters because they're so important and you can get it. I'm just a normal small town girl from Stafford and I got it. And I didn't think I thought I was invincible at that age, but you can. So just go to the appointments.
For one member of the group, Horcross holds mixed emotions. Sarah Peter was one of the first to sign up for the Real Full Monty, and hers would turn out to be the most empowering journey of them all.
Obviously when you come here for a spa day, you're a little bit more relaxed, you've got more time to yourself, so I was actually in one of the cubicles in the showers, in the changing rooms, and I cannot go back into that shower now. I felt the lump, I was like, gosh, is that really what I felt? And I went hot, sweaty, nervous, oh my goodness, I felt again, yeah, and it was still there. I dismissed it. And it's one of the reasons why I put myself forward to do the Full Monty, is because there's so many misconceptions out there. I thought there was no breast cancer in my family. I was a very fit, healthy person. The week I was diagnosed, I'd done 10 hours of exercise, so I just didn't think it would be me. It came as an absolute massive shock. For a good month after my diagnosis, I just withdrew. I couldn't accept it. I didn't want people around me. I didn't want people's sympathy. I found it really hard to accept that I was poorly. My cancer was very, very aggressive. I had to begin immediately with chemotherapy. I had immunotherapy, radiotherapy, and obviously finally the double mastectomy. I have had lipomodelling, 3 sessions of lipomodelling where they've transferred fat. I've had a nipple made because they've removed everything. I've had the areola tattooed. So I've had my femininity and my sensuality just completely robbed from me. It's not stopped me from wanting to come back here, and as I say, I've used Horcross, my time here, as part of my recovery to get myself back fit. I'm back running again and doing the things that I enjoyed previously. The one thing I can't do, and it's one of the reasons why I put myself forward to do this, I can't get undressed in the communal areas of the changing room as comfortably and as confidently as I did pre-diagnosis. I have to wait for that little cubicle. And I'd love just to be able just to get undressed and not worry about what other people are going to say and think when they look at me. And I'm hoping that by bearing all to those hundreds of people in the Gatehouse Theatre will help move me on and help me deal really with the physical changes that my body's encountered. They won't say for definite whether it will or come back. They give me a percentage. I'm probably at about 93% chance it won't come back. Cancer will live with me forever. It's been a big part of my life. It's not part of my life that I want to block out and think I want to forget. People say the words beating cancer or fighting cancer. They're words I didn't want to use. I embrace cancer. It's become a really big part of my life, a positive part of my life. Even if they were to tell me, you're wrapped up in cotton wool, we've done the best we can, you're okay, go and live your life. It's like sleeping with one eye open. You know, I'm always looking over my shoulder, I'm aware of it. I do the best I can. I start the day with the most awful green juice. I do what I think I'm doing to keep myself healthy. I take the medication that the doctors give me. But yeah, I am frightened. I don't like going in changing rooms. I don't like to reveal myself. And if I buy an item of clothing, I go home to my mirror in my bedroom. I'm happy with that mirror. I found this all-in-one jumpsuit in a shop in Italy, and I thought I'm going to go and try this on in the cubicle because I can't go home and take it back. And I went into a cubicle, and these all-in-ones are quite awkward to get on. I got nothing on my top half, and at that stage I was at my Barbie doll stage, so I just got my implants. I'd got like I had got a nipple made but no areola tattooed or anything. And this woman obviously thought the cubicle was empty, pulled it across the one side. An Italian woman in her 70s, and she just held that gaze and just stared. And then the curtain went back, And I kind of went back to that when I first found the lump, that hot sensation. I just got to get out of here really quickly and try my hardest to get it off and get my clothes back on. And then I heard all this Italian talking. And then the other side of the curtain went and another lady looked at me. And I was just mortified. And part of my voice, my conscience spoke and said, "You know what, Sarah, you look great in that. Go and buy it." And I did. I went and bought this outfit and I wore it that night. And I thought, I can't let people get to me like that. Which is why when I saw it flash up on my phone that they wanted volunteers to bear all, I thought, this is it. I've got to do it. You know, I can't keep hiding myself. I can't not get undressed in front of a mirror or be scared that somebody's going to come in and have a look. This is life. This is happening to 1 in 8 women and younger women as well. Being with the other 9 girls, it is so much fun. I laughed till I cried today in rehearsals, the things that we're doing and saying. It was great meeting with them and discussing what we were going to wear and going with our dressmaker to choose the fabric. It's giving me back part of the femininity that this has taken away from me. Great bunch of girls. Obviously they've all got their own personal reasons for doing this and their own insecurities. And I do still get wobbles. I do think, you know, is this right for me? But as soon as those insecurities come into mind, I just think of Nicola. I mean, obviously we never met Greg's sister, Nicola, but I feel close to her. I feel like she's doing it with us. And for all those other women that have lost their life, I am going to go on the stage and do it for them, because I know, given half a chance, if they were still here, they'd be doing that with us as well, wouldn't they?
No, do you want me to just introduce you and say nothing about your story, or just want to say Sarah's...
Yeah, just say, here's Sarah, one of the girls.
Doing it, and then you'll... Okay.
There's 4 months to go. Rich and Sarah have managed to get a 5-minute slot on stage at the Stafford Christmas Light Switch On. It's a chance to get the message out and a chance to promote the show.
It's called Kick My Ass Cancer, alright? That's what KMAC stands for. There's a very inspirational story behind it. And if you would give a lovely warm welcome to Rich, who's going to tell you more about KMAC and what it's all about. Rich, do come and join me. And we've got a very special film to show you as well on the big screen, and an inspirational lady to meet as well. Rich, good to see you. Tell us a bit about KMAC and what it stands for.
So KMAC is, as you quite rightfully said, is Kick My Ass Cancer. I think it's best if we show the video first, and then I can explain everything afterwards, if that's all right.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
On the 25th and 27th of March at Stafford Gatehouse, just round the corner, we will host 2 nights of music, laugh, entertainment, which will culminate in the real full Monty for the ladies, followed by the real full Monty for the gents. So in March next year, we're going way beyond our comfort zone, and we are literally going to bear all for KMAC, and we would like to invite you all to be there.
But as the project gathers momentum, for 2 of the team, it's got very personal.
Things have changed a little bit for us. My dad's been diagnosed with bladder cancer. And also Sam Carpenter, who's doing the photography for us, her mother's also been diagnosed with cancer.
She was originally diagnosed with breast cancer on November the 23rd, 2017. She got through the operation, we nursed her through that. She seemed okay, and then it was probably late September, October time that she just started sleeping a lot, just really, really tired. And she kind of just kept saying, oh, the radiotherapy's caught up on me. But I was thinking, well, that was in March, and this isn't right, something doesn't feel right. So she went for a scan, I believe, on late October the 22nd. And it was about 3 weeks later we hadn't heard. So I called up and said, I presume everything's okay, as we hadn't heard. but it wasn't okay. It had spread to her liver, which was a massive blow, and we were told that without treatment she'd got 3 to 4 months to live. And we got her into hospital that night, and she was on a drip, rehydrated, started on steroids to build her up, and she was like a different person when she came out of hospital, a lot, talkative, awake. So we were really hopeful that this was a good omen. And she started chemotherapy, and I was a little bit dubious because I know that she's sort of allergic to medications. And she took the tablet, and I took her home and I stayed with her to make sure she was okay. And the side effects, she acted a bit drunk. Mum was quite a funny drunk. Like she can't handle a drink anyway. Her eyes go closed and she gets mischievous. So I had to put her to bed basically. And then the following day, we presumed it was the side effects of the chemotherapy, but she was really poorly, really poorly. I won't go into detail. And we thought, right, no more chemotherapy. She can't handle this. So we were thinking, we'll just nurse her through the effects of the chemotherapy and we might get her back again. But it didn't happen like that. It was a week and 3 days after the chemotherapy that we lost her.
So what we're doing now, I wanted to do this anyway, so much so, but even more now because, Dad's got a fight on his hands and we need to, as a family, come together with him. He's proud as punch about what we're doing and can't wait to come and see the event. It's a shocker, actually, to actually hear the consultants say, your dad's got cancer. You've heard about it from other friends and family members, but when it's yourself, there's nothing that can prepare you for that. We're remaining very optimistic with it. People survive cancer every day, every month and every year. So yeah, we're confident that Dad's going to pull through and that however long he's got left, hopefully he's got a few more years with us yet. For me, the real full Monty means so much more now because Dad's got cancer.
Meanwhile, rehearsals continue to go well, but in the confined space of the dance studio. It was time to see the wider view and a first look at the Gatehouse Theatre. And for some, it was quite overwhelming.
It suddenly got very real.
How do you feel about it?
Squeaky bum. Squeaky bum. But yeah, it's good.
Oh, just how big it looked. All the seats. Again, it was an idea and we've been practising in a small studio, so it's felt very comfortable, very intimate. And the Gatehouse is a great theatre, but going in there, I just sort of grasped how many people were going to be sitting there watching us.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be can't be any priority. It is literally just whatever can get first come first.
A bit of shock factor, really, I think. And it was very overwhelming. I felt quite emotional as well about it.
I mean, that's a lot of seats.
It is a lot of seats. We're going to fill them all.
How many seats? How many seats?
540.
How much?
540.
540?
So over 1,000 people are going to see us with our junk out.
In that moment there and then I could have probably said, you know what, I can't do this. But talking it through with everyone is so supportive. There's been ups and downs, obviously, as a team, but everyone is really supportive and they kind of bring you back down to why we're doing this.
There's no doubt that as they head into the Christmas break, the group are more determined than ever.
It's filming now, yeah.
The new year started with the worst possible news.
Okay, so it's just after Christmas Day. We had a phone call off my mum, 7:30 Christmas morning. My dad died Christmas morning. We weren't expecting it this soon. Yeah, he lost his battle with cancer 20-8 on Christmas morning. We knew it was coming, just not so soon. 3 months and 1 week from his diagnosis, he hadn't got a chance really. The cancer went from his bladder to his liver, to his bowel, to his kidney in 2 months. My dad was one of the last of the old school gentlemen. He was 76 years old. He was the epitome of what a dad should be, a husband, a granddad, a brother. He was just a perfect man, and I've lost one of my best friends.
When me and Rich got together, it was just about the time of his diagnosis. And at first, obviously, you meet and you don't rush straight into the meet the parents thing necessarily, so there was a bit of a time where I didn't get to meet him. But I did before he got too poorly. It's tough, but I think I'm quite an empath personality anyway. That's kind of who I am. I'm better at looking after other people's feelings than my own most of the time. So I think because I care about him a lot, it was a lot easier than I think it could have been. Maybe for other people, it just came naturally, really. Don't get me wrong, it's been tough. It's been tough for everybody. But I wouldn't have wanted to be there in any other way for him.
Like Richard and I are very close. I met him when 12 years old, and shortly afterwards we became the best of friends. What I found really important to share with Richard was what I had learnt, but then translate it into something that was relevant to him, his relationship with his dad, and how he's going to be feeling right now, but also how he might be feeling further down the line. He doesn't even know how well he's doing. And that isn't because he's weathered it all with strength and determination. He hasn't. We've had tears and cuddles and long conversations into the night. And I'm just really glad I was back here to support Richard. Also very important for me as well to support Richard and Nicola and Jackie. That for me was a way of honouring Michael, who was a man who was incredibly important in my life. And I couldn't do anything for his treatment, couldn't do anything for him really to help, but I could do my best to support his son, his daughter and his wife. And for me that was a way of honouring Michael. It was very important to me to do that.
Only 8 days before Dad died we had the practical conversation, which meant, you know, all the financial conversation and, like I say, what Dad wants at his funeral and crematorium service.
It'll be exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
which
really
yeah, we were lucky. Some people don't have that, because we had the chance to sit down and chat with him as a family and as individuals. We were able to say everything that we wanted to say, him and us. And a lot of people don't get that.
No regrets. We were very lucky. I mean, we weren't ready for Dad to go, and he wasn't ready to go. He wasn't frightened because he knew where he was going, but it happened quicker than we anticipated, I think.
The game's changed for me now with the full Monty. It means even more than it did before. We're regrouping next week to start rehearsals again. I've told everybody in the group. Everybody's been lovely, but now I'm even more determined to make this an even bigger and better success. There's going to be a massive void. I was lucky that my dad was a good friend as well as a dad. Things have changed now, they'll never be the same. You know, Mum spent 54 years with Dad. The hole in her life is probably even bigger than it is in ours. But we're doing it, I'm doing it in the name of Michael Tompkinson this time.
I lost my dad to a very rare form of cancer.
I've had cervical cancer. I was diagnosed when I was 19.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in February 2016.
I've got family members that have been through cancer.
I'm nearly 13 years on from breast cancer.
My dad died of cancer when he was 44.
Just lately we have lost my sister-in-law.
You could throw a stick down Stafford High Street and it'll bounce off 3 people, and 2 of them will have had experienced cancer in their family and 1 of them will have had cancer.
We need this cure, and this immunotherapy, if it goes forward, it is going to give people the longer lives with their family that's so much needed.
I want to give people who are newly diagnosed or know somebody that there is life after cancer.
Obviously we never met Greg's sister Nicola, but I feel close to her. I feel like she's doing it with us. And for all those other women that have lost their life, I am going to go on the stage and do it for them, because I know, given half a chance, if they were still here, they'd be doing that with us as well, wouldn't they?
This isn't one of those nights where you just buy your ticket, know you've done a good thing and forget about it. We're selling you a ticket, but we're sending you out on the street afterwards with some information and some knowledge that could seriously save your life or the life of someone you love.
With just 2 months to go, interest in the show was gaining momentum. Now local businesses were stepping in to sponsor the event. And as with all the people involved already, many had personal reasons for wanting to help.
I had a little pain, a couple of nights running, thought, oh, that's a bit odd, made me have a little feel, felt a little lump. Thought, oh, I'll go to the doctors. Claire, who works for me, who's also a really good friend, said, yeah, you need to go. I was so busy with work, it was just before Christmas. No, you need to go, you need to go. So I went to the doctors. Doctor didn't think there was a problem, didn't think it was anything to worry about, but because of my age, thankfully I'm over 40, she had to refer me. So within a week I had my hospital appointment on the 20th of December 2016. Went to the hospital thinking, oh, I'll be in and out, it'll be fine, it'll be a cyst. And came out 3 hours later in floods of tears thinking, oh my God, I've got cancer. So then I went through the whole chemo, 6 cycles, very ill through it, really, really ill, juggling, trying to be present in the business when I was well enough between cycles, but my team are amazing, so they kept the business ticking along, and just trying to look after my little boy and lead some kind of life when I was well enough. So treatment finished, chemo finished in August, September, then I had 25 days of radiotherapy, and then tried to get back to some kind of normal life. But it's difficult when you've been through cancer. People think, oh, your hair's started to grow back and you look well and it's over. But I don't think I think it changes you as a person. I don't think you're ever the same person you were before. It's been a life-changing experience. But I feel very lucky that I found it when I did, and that it was treatable, and that I did something about it, because if I hadn't, it could have been a very different story. One of my friends who has been through breast cancer treatment as well, Sarah, she is involved in the show. Sarah just put a post out on Facebook that you were looking for sponsors, and I just thought, with promoting the business locally, but also obviously it's to me, I see it as a charitable donation to a really good cause that's obviously quite personal to me as well. So it was something I was really keen to be involved with. I think she's very brave. I think everybody involved in the show is extremely brave. But no, it's all about raising awareness, and any way that awareness can be raised, it can only be a good thing, can't it? So it was just something that I thought, yeah, I'm happy to put my business name to that and to give a really, really good donation, because I just think it's a really good cause.
And the event is also being recognised in the local media.
On 1170 AM, DAB, and on your mobile, across Staffordshire and Cheshire, this is Signal 2.
Now you guys are actually doing the full Monty, aren't you? Correct.
Yeah.
The full Monty.
So you're going the full hog?
We are, yeah.
Upstairs and downstairs.
Oh my God. So it'll be a full night of entertainment, raising awareness for cancer whilst raising money for much needed funds. We've been rehearsing for nearly 4 months now.
The preparation, you started in July, but it's pretty intense, isn't it, by the sounds of things?
It is, and the one thing I will say about the whole production is how professional it's been. From the second that I was involved with it, from the rehearsals to the backgrounds to the script writing, it's all been so well put together. It's just a show and a half to be involved in. It's about raising profile. There's a very good chance we're going to raise extremely amounts of good money for the immunotherapy project. But if we can get people to say, do you know what, if them guys can go up in there and check their body and do that, then why can't I go to my doctor and say, do you know what, I haven't been feeling very well for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
That's what we want. If we can do that, I'm more than happy, and I know these guys are, and I know the girls are as well. I think we've all had wobbles, we've all had difficult points where we've gone, do you know, can we really do this? Is it going to be worth it? The routines, I mean, I know for a fact, I'm speaking on behalf of the boys, I'm not a dancer by any stretch of the imagination, and I am nervous. I'll be the first to turn around and say,
yeah,
it's tense, but the good thing is, because of the way we are, and we've always trusted each other, and we've always spoke openly to each other, if one of us is having a tough time, one of the lads picks us up and said, you can do it.
We're working really hard to make this a really good show, and it will be a really good show. And again, as Greg said, full of laughter. There will be tears. Everybody's emotionally involved in it. All of us, aren't we?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. You can tell that. You can tell by the focus. The focus is unbelievable. I mean, I've been around running a lot, and I've been around a lot of charity things, but this is something to be really proud of. It really is.
Yeah.
It was all going to plan, but then Greg dropped the biggest bombshell of them all.
I had a devastating phone call this morning. Greg, unfortunately, has had to step away from the project, which means he's not dancing anymore. As well as not dancing, he's going to have little to do with the whole event. So panic stations a little bit. It's not long till we go on stage, and we're a man short, and I've also lost my right hand man. So yeah, quite devastated about that. Without going into too much detail, his partner isn't happy about him doing the dance for whatever reason. So, and I don't know why. None of my business, but utterly disappointed right now. Greg's been 100% committed all the way through, and I'm in total shock that the fact that he's pulled out. I'll be honest with you, after the telephone conversation I had with him, I cried my eyes out because I thought, we can't do it now. But actually, it's just made me want to do it even more. I've had to tell the rest of the group what's happening. There's a lot of disappointment, also a lot of anger actually, because we're doing it for his sister's legacy, for the KMAC charity. There has even been suggestions that we change the charity who we do it for, which we're not going to do. We are running with KMAC now because I think it's a fantastic cause. But yeah, I can't say how disappointed I am that he's pulled out.
With Greg gone, they were now a man down. But then Rich got an unexpected but timely phone call.
Mel. Snake hips. Mel! He's got the snakiest hips.
Snake hips, yeah.
I called him, he came into the bar, I showed him what we were doing, he signed up straight away.
I've just thought, well, what a great bunch of people, because at the end of the day, everybody's there for a reason, and the reason is to kiss ass cancer, isn't it, as such?
It was brilliant because we were worried about bringing somebody new in so late on, but he has had previous dance experience, which I didn't know, and he just got it. He just, at the end of the first hour, he got it.
The men's team was now complete.
Everybody's coming together well, the dances are starting to look something like, and it's going to be a brilliant show. I can't wait, so excited.
No, my sister's cancer survivor. She's actually coming back from New Zealand a couple of weeks before, so she's going to be in the audience.
Oh, she's going to be there?
Yes. So like she's coming over, and actually, yeah, I'm going to do a striptease in front of my sister, which is a bit. I've not really thought this through.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I think anybody that knows me, who's listening maybe tonight or whatever, over the last few weeks and months of training and speaking about this and the KMAC thing and Royal Marsden and all of this thing and leaving the stories that you guys have got and the tragedies that people have had only very recently. So my dad never died of cancer, but he died very, very young. Yeah. And I just thought that was just another reason after 15 minutes of just deciding this is why I'm going to do it, because I felt for all the people I spoke to. So, but actually excited, 100%.
I want to get loads of things out of it. I'm stepping right out of my comfort zone, like more than ever. You know, it's all good. Everything about it is the right vibes. Yeah.
Getting on stage and doing this in front of the crowd, the energy is going to be absolutely immense. It's the energy of the people that's really, really going to bring you up, and I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. It's also a great group of people. Yeah. I think generally the whole thing's awesome.
I think it's some type of personal satisfaction knowing that I've done my little bit to actually help people, but it's not only for the people that we do know, right? It's for the people that we don't know, right? There could be some guy on the streets of Stafford tonight that's got cancer, sleeping in a doorway. And to me, this is for them as well. People that I'll never ever get to meet.
Being on stage, the build up to it all, and that first night is going to be incredible. But I think it's an evening of sheer entertainment. Whatever, it's such a bargain for the money, and it goes to such a good cause that people who don't get a ticket are going to miss out.
I'm going to be aiming for my nan and granddad with the hat. You were saying today it's really hard, so it's get that, yeah.
I felt it was an opportunity for me to advise people as well as help people. And if it's a case of helping people, come on, we can get out there, we can help. If it changes one person's life, great.
Of all the men involved, Ivan's story moved everyone the most. A promising footballer in his youth, playing for Port Vale, followed by a stint in America. But constant headaches were a worry.
Felt that my life wasn't right. Went to a doctor, seen a specialist. Specialist turned around and said to me, "You got a trapped nerve in the side of your head." One specialist says, I can't comment until you've had an MRI scan. The other one said I had a heart attack. Lost everything, arms, legs. I was losing feelings in my arms. It was taking me hours to get up in the morning. So I've seen a specialist in Birmingham. 3 minutes, he said, "You've got a brain tumour. I'll see you next week for an operation." I had a message from the doctor in Stafford apologising. Says, "You can take me to court, you can put me in the papers." And I said, "No, Stafford needs an hospital. We don't need people putting anybody else down." Stafford was in a bad way then. And to be honest, we all make mistakes, and even in that industry they make mistakes. And people can be forgiveful. And to be honest, I just wanted treated. There's only ever been 10 cases of where this tumour sat. A rare tumour sat on where it sat, and how it got there we don't know. Right on the back of the left eye, at the bottom of the corner of the brain, situated in between the sockets. The intention were they're drawn on the back of the skull. They were coming in from the rear to get at it a longer distance, but they could get to where the tumour was situated. When I woke up, he changed his mind and come in up the side and across the top of the skull. 3 days later, I was told I lost my left eye. There's ways and means of going about your illnesses. Don't get me wrong, I could have sat on the settee and said, "You know what, that's enough for me, I'll deteriorate my own way." But I remember going down to Stafford Market straight after my operation, second major operation, and the butcher turned around in the market and said to me, he said, "I take it you lost that fight on Saturday night." I put the bags down and walked off. I went and sat in a dark room, cried. And if it hadn't been for my wife, He turned around and said, look, pick yourself up. You've got a 4-month-old baby. You've got a 6-year-old daughter or 4-year-old daughter at the time. Wake up, else you're going to lose a lot. And that opened my eyes to say, it's time to get out there. Having a fantastic wife and the kids to come home to, that's what kept me going. If I'd have been a single lad, I might not have been the same way. Now, I don't care what people think. Yes, it is the scar down the side of my head, but do I care what people think? No. Because I tell you what, don't judge a book by the cover. Sit down and work out why I've got that scar. When this show come up on Facebook and I seen Richie's comments after some people to do this, it definitely wasn't on my bucket list. But you know what, if I can open people's eyes to make you realise whether it's, have you got a tumour, do you need to go to the doctor? Yes, you do. Do you know what, go and check yourselves out. Men are the world's worst for it. We are the cowards of the country because we don't want to do what the doctor says. We're frightened to what doctors say. Don't do it. Go and get yourself checked out.
The team also now had their costumes. The girls' dresses were specifically made by local seamstress Sally Knoll. The boys had uniforms donated by Staffordshire Police.
Excuse me, madam. What are you drinking tonight?
However, there was still one issue to overcome. The thongs.
About 5 weeks to go now, and we've just found that Alan has managed to get the thongs for us. They've just arrived, so we're going to go inside and we're going to see how well they fit.
To say they were flimsy was an understatement.
I thought I'm going to try it on in private before I try it in public. So yeah, but I saw Marvin, and the thongs on him, yeah, I think a bit revealing. I think they're going to get an eyeful even before they were meant to.
Well, they didn't leave very much to the imagination. I mean, when Dave walked in, I mean, I nearly swore then, but it wasn't covered. Let's say.
Nobody wants to see that.
No,
well,
not. No. I mean, the front row were definitely going to get an eyeful of that one.
1 week later, problem solved.
So we realised last week the first thongs that we ordered were way too small. So we've reordered some this week. Love Honey kindly donated them, and here they are. So we're having Velcro put onto the sides here, and Jean Johnson, who's Dave's mum, is kindly offered to do it for us. So she's going to be taking 10 thongs home with her today to repair.
It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, one of James came to me and said, would you like me to take this home and wash it before you do it? And I said, well, you've had it on once for not very long. I said, no. I said, believe me, when I've done them, I shall thoroughly wash my hands.
But if the boys were happy, the girls were nervous. With the big day looming, it could be put off no longer. So for the majority, it was time to finally reveal all. Finally completing the dance in front of each other and with the boys watching on was a huge relief. None more so than for the one who couldn't even change in communal areas just a few months earlier, Sarah.
Well, ecstatic really that I've done it, and just really feel like I've just moved on. I definitely feel like I can go and do it in front of an audience. That's like a huge tick now, done off the tick list. I think Monday helped, Monday gone, because I went into my changing rooms in my gym, and it was so busy in there. I was with a friend and I didn't want to keep her waiting, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have to get changed here. And nobody batted an eyelid, nobody looked at me, and I was a bit disappointed really. I was like, hang about, come on, look at these. Nobody did. So I think all my insecurities are in my head. It's just what I perceive I look like and not what other people do. And doing it there, in fact, that's today I think will be worse than actually on the theatre, because there's mirrors in front of us here and a lot of natural lighting. So if I can do it here, in front of mirrors, I can definitely do it on the stage where I'm not looking at myself.
And how have the other girls reacted?
Yeah, I think they were a bit blown away that I'd done it. I don't think they were expecting me to do it really today. And I think it took a few rehearsals before they'd all realised that I was actually revealing. Yeah, so no, I think they're chuffed, and the feedback that I've had from them, wow, you know, they're pretty good, aren't they? But I mean, yeah, 7 lots of surgery later, they do look good, and I'm proud. Yeah, I'm proud.
Oh, I'm so proud of her. I thought she'd still be there sort of covered up because she was so nervous, and I think she'd all made whispers about maybe not even be able to do it on a show night. So to see her do it today, it was amazing.
An emotional reaction rather than practical.
Thongs.
Yes.
We went to the Gatehouse today, first day on stage with everybody there. There was everybody there for the first time, and it was just fantastic.
I'm very comfortable, I'm confident, and I'm actually really, really looking forward to the night.
Oh, that's nice.
I think we're going to have to hold it, do that guys.
Yeah. Oh, right. We've got enough time.
I thought that. It's getting comfortable. Is it? It's getting me a turn. Mitch, nervous?
No, not at all, mate.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Gotta be honest, yeah.
Nervous, Dave?
Very.
Evie?
Very, very. My hangover's gone instantly. Now I'm on the stage. Instantly.
Right, next week, can everybody bring all the shit with them that they're going to use?
No, I'm leaving the wife at home.
No, he's trying to be serious. He's trying to be serious. Look at that face.
I can't be serious.
Oh, we folded it down.
It looks what? You found that. It looks like lips.
So the people at the back just need to... We all need to be closer.
DJ, which leg are we doing now? Scratch it. I think whichever. Which leg? We all do it now. Oh shit. I'm breaking it now. I mean, are we in a good position? I think it just felt so real. We'd got this space that we were actually working to, because that was a bit of an unknown when we was in the studio. The lighting and everything really. The height, because we're used to obviously being on the same level, whereas we were elevated. So it just felt so real. Yeah, that's the only way you can describe it, yeah.
I am Bruce, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
It was really good watching the girls first and seeing how well they smashed it.
awesome. It was, what's the word I'm looking for? Not embracing, just where you, exhilarating and empowering.
And then us walking on and doing what we did, I think that we know it's coming to life now.
Today we went in the gatehouse, the first time we've actually been on the stage, and it was the first time all 9 of us, all 9 of the guys have been together. And to be fair, the past few rehearsals we've taken 1 or 2 goes to get into it. Today we got on the stage and we absolutely nailed it first time, and it felt ace. It really did feel good.
I had the feeling like we were getting out there and doing it for the first night. Everybody did amazingly well, but the goosebumps were raising on my hands, and you know, I'll be honest, babe, I just thought of my dad today, you know, and that made me quite emotional. But seeing everybody's smiles and laughter and the hugs that everybody give each other, everybody's singing from the same sheet now, which is perfect.
It looked good watching the video after, and I think it felt so good being on stage. I just want the day to happen now.
The phones weren't ringing.
Yeah.
Freddie, come on.
Yeah. Said it felt like a little bit nervous, excited, my stomach's going, the butterflies are going, but yeah, I can't wait now. Done this before, Mark?
You can't have that. Sorry. And you want some...
James's face.
No, that's they want me to have that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty, that Vic. That's still not feeling. We've showed you ours. You're not seeing mine. Yeah.
This is just a bit of medicinal pre-nerves.
This is frothy water.
Just the bottom.
New water. New frothy water.
You got it? Have you got it?
You have to go home and get
cappuccino.
It's crystalline.
That's all right, mate. That's really hitting it. That now we can't see that at all.
It's not there.
I learned it from the Indian head massagers in India.
It's so exciting today. So excited. So I do it now.
You've never seen. He's always got a camera when you're not ready.
He gets everywhere, doesn't he? I don't know if I'm going to have a shave.
Welcome to the ladies' full Monty dressing room.
Only the crawl.
The stresses of the full Monty. When your shirt comes undone. Oh, bollocks.
Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody.
Do I introduce you as the Mayor and Mayoress, or what would you prefer? Mayor and Mayoress.
Yeah.
Mayor and Mayoress
or you
is
can say
fine.
Ray and Jenny, Mayor and Mayoress.
Ray and
Stafford
Jenny.
Borough, that's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, don't make it formal.
Well, it looks fantastic. I was just looking on there, and the cast look wonderful, and I believe it's a packed house tonight, so it should be absolutely unbelievable. I've heard some really good reviews about it.
So obviously you'll get the girls and the guys dancing. This is Kerry.
Hello, Kerry. Nice to meet you.
Oh, and you go first.
Hello. You look really good.
Hi.
Hello.
Goodbye.
It's a wonderful thing, and for a wonderful cause. I know we've had some tragedies this year with Jenny's father, the mayoress's father, died of cancer in June. So we've had a torrid time of deaths. I think we went to 6 funerals in June, July and August. I'm sure your performance tonight, looking at the people you've got in it, I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job tonight.
Fine, thanks. How are you? Good evening, I'm Sarah. I feel like the Queen.
Very proud for what you're doing and what we've achieved thus far. We're hoping to raise another £5 or £6 grand tonight as well on raffle tickets and programmes. Everybody wants a programme, I'm guessing.
Yes,
right.
Please, round of applause to Rick.
Please welcome your hosts for the evening, Ant and Dick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, get yourself down. Come on.
Thank you for your outstanding support. Love and God bless. And yes, kiss my arse, Canty.
We want to show everybody on stage tonight and all you people in the audience just how easy it is for guys to check themselves regularly. Whoa, you're way ahead of me and you're making up your own jokes, frankly.
As of today, we've raised £32,000. Anne, you're a 45-year-old working in marketing. Where on earth is this hood you live?
It's Castlebank. You ready, Abby? Right, Abby. I want you to throw the cards! On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Up you go, Rocky! Just give it a shake.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Give it up. Is that?
It's off to go!
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I want to break free. God knows I want to break.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you welcome Tim to the stage?
Come on, Tim! This side, Anne, this side. Right. Thank you, Tim. Do you know what? If only we had a couple of fully qualified nurses here tonight, that could help us.
That would be so much better.
Oh, hold on.
That is actually what the night is all about.
Exactly.
So thank you very much. Please give them a round of applause.
Kit and Grace, everybody!
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Kit and Grace, Gin Sunday, phenomenally talented. Now, the KMAC mission isn't only about treating those with cancer. We also want to break down barriers and get everybody talking about their bodies, about early detection, and most importantly, prevention.
We will want you to lift the roof tonight when the girls walk out on stage in just a few moments. All the ladies you're about to see have been rehearsing for months, given up loads of their free time, shared their stories with you all tonight, and in just a couple of minutes, they're going to take to the stage. So this is it, it's time. Please raise the roof and make them feel like the superstars that they really are.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage
the ladies
of the Real for Monty!
It's giving me back part of the femininity that this has taken away from me. Great bunch of girls. Obviously they've all got their own personal reasons for doing this and their own insecurities.
I've always kind of felt not comfortable with my body. The fact I'm going to do it, I'm just going to be so proud of myself.
This is not a thing that I normally do. I am not very social, so to do this is just something that is completely out of my comfort zone.
I've never really been body confident. I just thought it's probably about time I was, and for such a great cause, why not?
The bond is absolutely massive. We'll all go through the same thing on the night. It is scary, but we're doing it for charity and we've met great friends.
A group of women that have overcome all manner of challenges, whether it's personal body issues, whether it's they've been through treatment themselves. It's people putting themselves out there, out of their comfort zone for something that's really, really important.
So many times loads of us could have bailed, but we haven't. The fact that we've done something so good and for such a good cause, potentially saving lives.
Proving to myself that I'm not frightened of anything. I thought if I could reach one person who has been diagnosed or who knows somebody who has, that they can know that I'm here 13 years after breast cancer and life is very, very good.
I think for me, that's what I'd want is people to go, you know what, if you can get up there and do that, then I can go and see my doctor about something a bit embarrassing.
I think actually going out on stage and just feeling that sensation of wow, everybody's here to see us perform this, it's just great that people are so dedicated and that they want to come and see us do it because it's such an amazing charity.
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be so powerful and to be part of it, I just can't wait to be a part of that.
Everybody's there just to have fun and raise awareness and meet new people and show that we're going to kick cancer's ass.
I think the feathers are going to be shaken, naturally shaken.
I'm loving it. I can't wait. It's going to absolutely be fantastic. It'll rock Stafford.
I'm nervous as hell.
This is proof, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Now it's our turn.
I'm not sure I'm ready.
It's okay, mate. It's okay. What we rehearsed, yeah? What we rehearsed. Right, we're going to strip live. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be crazy. It may even be a little bit provocative. And we're doing it for a reason. Whatever happens tonight, if what we do is a triumph, go out and talk about it.
If what we do is a catastrophe, still go out and talk about it. All right, I'm kidding. Whatever happens, we need to start the conversations because we are passionate about getting people to talk about cancer. And so this is going to be noisy, but that's just the start of the conversation.
Do you notice anything different about your bodies? Get it checked. The men who are about to perform are incredible and have become brothers to both Anthony and myself. Right, thank you for all your support. And for the last time tonight, please raise the roof for these incredible men!
I've been running Slater's bar since April last year. Got to know a lot of my customers very well. When I put the idea on Facebook, a couple of them came in and said, I've seen this thing you're doing, you know, brilliant. And it was literally a case of, I asked and a lot of them said yes.
I was walking past the wonderful Slater's pub and then you asked me what I was doing on the date of the 25th and 27th. I said, not a lot. And then you went, do you want to do the full Monty? That's pretty much how it went.
I had a few beers walking around the town one night. I came in and you said to us, got this great idea, what do you think? Fine, we'll do it. And we had a load of beer that night and I woke up the next morning and I was in all these like WhatsApp groups and things and all these messages floating around and I'm in it.
He grappled me to the ground. He says, you will do this or else you won't have these buttons that I've got in your hand.
Literally just came to us and like, oh, this is a really good idea for a charity event, and then you named the charity and explained it all to me. I was like, can I do it with you?
What I remember is hearing Richard start to say that he'd had this idea and it's something that me and Ant are going to do. That was when I found out that I was going to be taking my clothes off in front of 1,000 people at the Gatehouse Theatre.
I'd like to say it was at the end of a triathlon or meeting you in the gym or something like that, but it was actually in the pub.
Yeah, I possibly think alcohol was something to do with it. It's doing something that's out of my comfort zone, but also out of other people's comfort zones, and it's something that's been done very few times, and it's never been in Stafford before, so that was the idea.
People need to be more mindful that they need to check themselves, don't be scared. I think that's what we want to kind of promote a little bit.
It's out there for a charity and it's out there for raising money for people to be looked after.
The first thing I think about is pride. I'm proud of us as a group of people. I'd like the audience to share in the pride that I know I'll feel and that I think everybody else will as well. This isn't one of those nights where you just buy your ticket, know you've done a good thing and forget about it. We're selling you a ticket, but we're sending you out on the street afterwards with some information and some knowledge that could seriously save your life or the life of someone you love. So that's why we're in it together.
I want to try and spread awareness about cancer and stuff, make new friends, definitely get out of your comfort zone, basically have fun. Life's there not to be strict, it's there to have fun.
It's going to be a great proud moment to walk on that stage knowing people are opening their eyes to what we're doing. Fear factor went after the second rehearsal. The last rehearsal was the eye-opener to say, do you know what, I can't wait for this.
We're going to go out and we're going to give an amazing show.
Ladies and gentlemen, in aid of KMAC, we give you the real full Monty.
The reaction from everybody that came has been overwhelming. So many messages of how fantastic the show was, how it's going to help people, and obviously the amount of money that we've raised. We're here today at the Royal Marsden to give away the money that we raised.
I never dreamt it would be the amount of money that we are actually handing over. It's doing some good. This amount of money will it'll pay for somebody's salary for a year to continue with the research, to help other people to be able to deal with their own cancer diagnosis and have treatment.
So the initial target was £10,000, which I'd have been really happy with, and we're handing over a cheque today for just shy of 32,000. So yeah, I can't believe it. I'm overwhelmed.
We just want to say a huge thank you to the KMAC campaign for everything they've done and for everything it will enable us to do in terms of our important research here at the Royal Marsden. I heard that the shows were a huge success, and it's really only through the enthusiasm and commitment of your team that that really happened. I was totally bowled over by what I've just seen on the clip. I thought the women were incredible. They were really brave. The things they said were really poignant, and I just, it was wonderful what they did. They've engendered a conversation around cancer. They've demystified things through their own experiences, their own bravery, and I think it's really important that we have an open conversation and dialogue about cancer, and I think to weave the humour in as well, and that human approach is wonderful. It's an incredible amount of money. It will go towards supporting the Nicola Morel's research team, which have a specific focus on immunotherapy. We're really excited about the research. For instance, we've just launched and opened 2 trials of immunotherapy for difficult to treat gut cancers, and we hope that approaches like that might one day transform the treatment that we can offer these patients with a lot fewer side effects. So it's transformative.
At the start of doing the full Monty, I was apprehensive, and ultimately I knew I had to reveal something that I wasn't 100% happy with. But as the process started to develop, it took that fear away that I'd had cancer, and there was new things that I was taking on. And for me, it became a real relief doing the show, a release as well, and I just felt euphoric on the stage. And I think that was the turning point, really.
The noise, you couldn't just hear it, you could feel it. The gatehouse was alive, and you know, I'll never forget that feeling as when we walked out on stage.
I suppose a bit of a minor celebrity, really. Everywhere I go, people say, were you in the full Monty? Or coming up and saying, you know, they're inspired by what I did and my story, and just hearing really good positive vibes from it. It's been really encouraging, and you know, made it all worthwhile, all those hours, and we did put in a lot of hours. Yeah, just incredible.
The whole experience in the last 12 months has been amazing. Look out 2020, we're coming back, the real full Monty, Stafford, bigger and better than ever.
Before I was diagnosed, I was a bit of a party person. I liked a social occasion, a night out, and I felt like I'd hidden myself away. A night out to me, I never really felt like I got into fifth gear. I'd always got, you've had cancer at the back of your mind. You know, you can't go out doing what you're doing, and that showed, it changed me. It helped me to realise there's still a life out there to be lived. And yeah, I love being on that stage. There's no way would I've ever been on the stage at the Gatehouse. So I'm grateful for cancer for that. But yeah, I got on the tables and I had a good dance, because to me, it kind of left me with that feeling the whole world's a stage now and I can do whatever I want to do.
How does she feel? Stood there looking in the mirror, wondering how the world will see her, how much time left to steal. How does she feel? What is this absence of affection for what she sees in her reflection? Can the heart ever heal? How many tears are left to cry? Afraid of what has grown inside. But if that fear just might subside, get on stage and live the dream. Now she can fly, she can fly, as she glides above the water. With her fuchsia wings she soars across the sky. She can fly, now the that reflect